If you know anything about us, you know we love things to be as easy as possible. We're not trying to spend 3 or 4 hours on a hair project. When it was time to figure out how to cover temporary blue hair dye from previously bleached hair, we didn't want to mess around.
We took one swatch that we previously bleached and dyed blue, we cut it into 3 pieces, and we decided we wanted each of these pieces to end up light brown. So we bought 1 tube of Wella's Color Charm Permanent Gel in a level 6 dark blonde.
We believe in basics. If you truly understand hair color theory, anything is possible. What you always need to understand when dyeing hair is that color wheel always wins, and that hair dyes can only do what hair dyes are designed to do. We decided we were going to take our level 6 permanent hair dye, mix it with 20 volume peroxide, and apply it to one of our 3 swatches. With our other 2 swatches, we decided we were going to fill them to show you what a difference it can make. We filled one swatch with a demi-permanent red color and the other swatch with a permanent red color.
Look at the color wheel. The law of color states that a color that sits directly across from another color will neutralize and make brown. Murder! So theory states that the opposite of blue is orange. Well, it didn't turn out very well for us. We tried it a little while back and our blue swatch turned green. Why we believe this happened was when we applied our copper hair dye to the blue swatch, there was just too much yellow pigment in that copper hair dye. Think about it. To make orange, you need red and yellow. Well, red is a very predominant pigment, so you need a lot more yellow to make a bright orange. So all that yellow turned our blue swatch green. Boo!
So instead of going down a rabbit hole on how to fix green hair, we decided to stay on the same subject, covering blue. We filled the other 2 swatches with a permanent dye and a demi-permanent dye, just like we mentioned earlier. Both were red shades. The demi-permanent was L'Oreal Healthy Looks Gloss 6R. The permanent was L'Oreal Preference Mega Reds in Intense Red Copper. We let all 3 swatches process just as their directions explained, and when we were done, this is what we had. The swatch we used straight 6N on was awful. It was dark, it looked green, it was ugly. The 2 we filled with the reds, they looked amazing. They were a rich red that was shiny and beautiful.
The swatch that we used the demi-permanent hair dye on looked a little better than the swatch that we used the permanent hair dye on, which made us so happy because we both love demi-permanent hair dyes. It's probably our favorite product of all time. So now it was time to apply the 6N to all the swatches. We decided to put a second coat of that dark blonde on the swatch we already applied it on. We did this because sometimes people think that if they just dye their hair again, it'll correct the problem. It won't. Seriously.
Trust us. Again, we let our swatches process with the 6N just like the directions told us to. And when they were done, this is what we saw. The swatch that we applied the 6N on twice was hideous. One of our friends actually described it as swamp looking. I don't know about you, but I don't want any part of me being described as swamp looking. Now the 2 swatches we put the red on first, they were so beautiful, we actually celebrated.
Woohoo!
They were the most beautiful warm brown shade. And do you want to know the best part? We got these colors without ever touching hair bleach.
Holla! Our favorite swatch was definitely the one we first filled with the Healthy Looks Demi-Permanent Gloss. It had a crazy amount of depth, and it was so shiny, it was blinding. In all our videos, we're always preaching about using a demi-permanent hair dye and using that color wheel. Look at the swatches that we dyed red. They actually look a lot lighter than the one we just used a regular 6N on.
It just goes to show that when you stick to the basics, you can have great success.
Happy hair dyeing, and thank you for watching. I wasn't even looking! I don't even know where I was looking.
Holler! The swatch we used straight 6N on was awful.